Hi, we are going to talk about Cartago's Basilica and the legend of La Negrita. The Virgin of Los Angeles, known as La Virgen de los Ángeles in Spanish, is the patron saint of Costa Rica, and her study had been woven into the nation's religious and cultural fabric long before it became become widely known. The most famous place to associate her is the Basilica of Our Lady of the Angels in Cartago too. This basilica turned out to be the spiritual heart of the country, drawing countless pilgrims each year. The basilica itself, an architectural marvel with its impressive neoclassical style, had been built in the 18th century to house a miraculous statue of the Virgin, affectionately known as La Negrita. The statue, which had been discovered in 1635 by a young woman named Juana Pereira, quickly became a symbol of fight and hope for Costa Ricans. In 1635, Juana lived in a small village near to Cartago. The village was surrounded by dense forest and peaceful hills, where the people had lived simple and quiet lives for generations. Juana was so curious and adventurous, so they so he she had spent her time exploring the woods while gathering firewood. One afternoon, Juana's routine turned out to lead her to a discovery that would change the history of the village and the country forever. What seemed a normal or like an ordinary day turned out to be like a horse of a different color, as the small statue that
While Juana was gathering firewood, she had come across something unusual. Smelled a small black statue of the Virgin Maria, holding baby Jesus. She had been amazed by its beauty, and decided to take it home. The next morning, however, the statue had disappeared from her house. Confused, Juana had returned to the forest where she found it, in the exact spot where she had discovered the day before. She had brought it home again, but the same thing happened. The statue disappeared overnight and returned to the forest. This strange event had repeated itself.
Had returned to the forest for the third time. She had already realized the small black statue wasn't ordinary. She had brought it home twice, but each morning it had vanished and reappeared in the exact spot where she first found it. Juana thought something fishy was going on, so she decided to take the bull by the horns and tell the story to the priest. As soon as the priest heard her story, he took by the time sorry. As soon as the priest heard her story, he took the statue to the church, thinking it will be safe there. But before they had ended, the statue disappeared again. It reappeared once more in the forest. this was a horse of different color. Um, no one no one could explain how or why it kept returning to the same place. Um, After hearing this, the townspeople began to believe that the Virgin Mary herself had chosen the spot to make her princess know the price, realizing the significance declared that a chapel should be built there. At the first, some people thought the story was for the birds, but after witnessing the statue's miseries, behavior, even skips were convincing. What had seemed confusing at the first became a blessing it because the event unit the community and inspired a traditional of faith and devotion that continued to this day. Every year on August 2nd, pilgrims honor the Virgin of the Angeles. We alone walk to the Basilica in Cartago. It was in a blue moon event that symbolizes resilience, and the enduring power of belief.
Over the years, after the Virgin of Angela had become famous, the villagers of Cartago decided to build a larger and magnificent structure to honor the Virgin. They wanted to do that because the place where the Virgin was located was too small and they wanted to receive more people. So, by the time they started to build the basilica, they gathered their resources by their own. The basilica was made in 1777 and the name of that basilica was Basilica of Cartago. When the basilica was finished, that was the home permanent of the Virgin. Then, as soon as the basilica had been completed, the fame of the Negrita began spread across the Costa Rica. So after that, thousands of people started making the pilgrimage to see her because people wanted to know how was the Virgin and what did she do. So after that, for over the decades, the devotion had grown stronger and then turning into a new tradition in Costa Rica. The name of that tradition is Romería. The Romería is used to do it on August 2nd when millions of people set off a journey on foot. They decide to do that to offer hopes, wishes, gratitude, and pleasures to the Negrita. Then some people travel for days from different parts of Costa Rica. So you need to consider if you want to do that Romería, you are going to walk more than 20 kilometers because the number of kilometers depend of the place that you start. The pilgrimage is an statement to the faith and the devotion of the Costa Rica people. Then, finally, the basilica had become more than just to a place to worship because it had already established as a symbol of union, devotion, and a culture of identity of Costa Rica. So, the site of Negrita resided in her beautiful altar, and she reminding everyone of the common history and strong faith that had brought them together.
The story of La Negrita and the Basilica of Cartago teaches the importance of faith and how even the simplest events can hold a profound meaning. Juana Pereira's innocent discovery sparked traditions to bring an entire nation together. This tale reminds us that divine signs can inspire comfort, hope, and a deeper sense of devotion and humility. The construction of the Basilica and the establishment of the Romería demonstrate how shared faith and traditions can bind people together, creating a sense of belonging and share a purpose together. It's a treatment to how community strength, individual belief, and collective devotion can transform a place into something symbol of hope and resilience.
While Juana had been gathering firewood, one more afternoon, she came across something unexpected, a small dark statue resting on a rock beneath the trees. The figure was not ordinary carving, it was a stunning representation of the Virgin Maria, crawling baby Jesus. The delicate details of the faces and the serene expressions of the Virgin took her a breath away. Though, Juana was a simple girl who didn't have much. She knew this was something special. She wrapped the statue carefully in her shawl and carried carried it home. The evening, her family marveled at the little statue. They placed it under a small lid on the small altar, and in a candle, and with a candle, bowing their heads in prayers. Her mother whispered, "Perhaps this is a blessing from heaven." And after those prayers, they went to sleep. But when in the morning the sun broke through the windows, Juana noticed something, something strange. The statue was gone. She was confused. She was searching the statue all around the house, but she couldn't find it. But she brought up an idea to return back to the forest that she found the statue. And well, when she went, but she brought up an idea. She decided to return to the forest that she found the statue. And well, when she got into the forest, she found the statue. It was in the same place that she found it. And well, Anna took it at home again. But after one night, the statue had disappeared, gone again.